Alright guys, we'll go to the first real update, I guess you could say, on Hurricane Lee, which is actually weakening quite a bit. As you can see in the satellite imagery here, not looking too great at the minute. Of course, it did re-intensify to 120 miles per hour overnight. It has since probably weakened down a little bit. To me, it looks like maybe an eye wall replacement cycle has begun. You can kind of see the outer eye wall, even in the infrared satellite imagery, and that may clear out a bigger ride, but I'm not too sure about that yet. But I guess we'll just see what happens with the storm in the next few hours. Recon is currently in the storm, finding winds only to really support a minimal Category 2. So not that strong anymore at all. Of course, it was quite strong. Getting back up to 120, it was expected to reach Category 4 again, but it never did. Currently, we're estimating maximum winds to be in the Category 2 range. The National Hurricane Center is still estimating winds to be in the Category 3 range. And the peak for the storm was, of course, that 165 mile per hour Category 5 in the eastern Atlantic Ocean. A very powerful storm, but yeah, currently we think that this storm is a Category 2. National Hurricane Center still a bit higher at a Category 3. Here are all the intensity estimates. The National Hurricane Center at 120 miles per hour, ADT at 115 miles per hour, AIDT at 111, supporting barely a major hurricane, D-Print at 130, D-Mint at 130, AMSU up to 140, and SATCON at 130. And we're going on the lower end. Actually, we're not even on the estimates. We're going even far below them because Recon is suggesting a much weaker storm than what the estimates are suggesting. Keep in mind, these estimates, I believe, were about 6 to 12 hours ago now, so a bit out of date. But the National Hurricane Center one is probably the one that's most in date currently, with 120 mile per hour winds. We think it's a bit weaker though. If you want the exact number we're going with 110 miles per hour currently. Taking a look at some National Hurricane Center forecast cone here. You can see 120 miles per hour currently, and as you can see, it's going to go very close to Bermuda. I wouldn't be surprised if tropical storm watches get issued there shortly, and probably warnings too. And then it's going to move up north, probably towards Nova Scotia. Actually, maybe more towards, it could be nearly towards New Brunswick, but it looks like Maine will be out of this storm. However, it could have some impact, especially in the forecast. It could be getting pretty close to probably some wind gusts approaching tropical storm force, so we will have to watch out for that possibility. And the model intensity guidance says most of them are lowering off now, probably saying the storm has peaked yet again, and is expected to weaken as it moves up north. Some of the models are taking it back to Category 4 though, but I guess we'll see if that happens. I don't think it will. The highest being 125 knots, it looks like it. Take a look at some visibles here, and you can see what I mean about this eye wall replacement cycle potentially starting. You can kind of see a bigger eye in the void of that convection, and that may start to clear out what looks to be quite a large eye. It would be quite a huge eye that may start start to clear out. Of course, Lee could have been even stronger, maybe even up to 180 miles per hour. But the reason why I actually stopped intensifying was because wind shear came along and knocked it off its heels a bit. It was actually rather unexpected, the wind shear that came along. And it did, and that's what made it weaken, which is good. For the wave heights, are still expected to be around 48 feet in the general vicinity of the storm. So very gigantic waves, to say the least, where the storm is right now. And probably swells are pretty big as well. So yeah, currently right now Category 2, likely not going to intensify much more. It probably has a short spell if it can clear out what looks to be maybe an eye. And if the storm's not having an eye replacement cycle, it probably has a bigger chance to clear out an eye, and then probably re-intensify somewhat, probably back to maybe a moderate Category 3, but that's about it. Anyway, thank you for watching this update on Hurricane Lee. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next update. Peace out.